everybody. So, first of all, I'm not a professional speaker. So, if I'm talking too loud, or too soft, or too fast, just make some hand signs so I get your drift. So, welcome on behalf of my fellow executive board members, Superintendent Michael Tolley, right here, Jeff Tomlin, Mace Brady, unfortunately, is not here today, and myself, I'm Vicki Metz. Would you all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please take your seats. Well, if any of you were here last year, the temperature was about 90 degrees. So feel blessed to have a nice cool day. So I'd like to give a few thank yous to the volunteers who have helped. Steve Simpson and his field crew, they're in the red, and they have set everything up and made this possible for all of us. The very special folks who nominated these inductees for taking their time and researching and taking phone calls from me. So I thank you for that. Marco Garcia, he's our district community partnership and volunteer coordinator. And actually, I'm emailing him almost momentarily during this time, so I thank you, Marco. This year, John Roper, who's been doing photographs and the video every year, is not able to be here. So he has sent Allister Hennessey, sitting on the ground here. He's a 2024 graduate of Bothell High School, and he is going to be taking John's place along with Addison Jackson. So when you see these young people taking pictures, smile for him, because now John's going to be getting all the pictures and cobbling together everything that he needs. So if any of you are videoing the event, if you could let me know, or somebody know, Marco perhaps, and get your videos to us so that John has even more information to work with and help these young people out. So thank you guys. Karen Orsinger, where's Karen? Over there. She was handing out programs. So she is the writer of all of our bios. So when you send in 6 letters of information about an inductee, she takes it all and compiles one page. So she's reading everybody's information and making it happen in our book. So thank you, Karen. And Rick Metz, Steve Paulson, and Jan Culpepper for handing out water. So today, Mace is not here, so we are the program is not going to be the same. So please, what is it, Jeff, you say?
Semper Gumpi.
Please, Semper Gumpi. And Jeff told me that today. Semper Fi means forever, always faithful. Semper Gumpi, y'all know who Gumpi is, means always flexible. So we're being super Gumpies today and just getting through this the best that we can. So now I'd like to introduce you to Michael Tolley, Superintendent.
So good evening and welcome to the 2024 Wall of Honor event. As mentioned, I am Michael Tolley, the proud superintendent here in the Northshore School District, and I am honored to be here with you this evening. I want to thank the Wall of Honor committee members, particularly Mace Brady, Vicki Metz, and Karen Orsinger for the hours of work and dedication it took to put tonight's event together. Of course, I also want to thank the Wall of Honor committee members, Sandy Hayes, Sharon Mohan, Bev Schirmer, Jeff Tomlin, and Linda Humphrey, along with recognizing the Northshore staff that made this evening's celebration possible. And finally, I want to thank the Northshore School Board members in attendance for their steady leadership and support of our great district. So with the school board members who are here tonight, please stand to be recognized. I also want to recognize our high school principals and exec directors of schools in attendance. Would they please stand to be recognized? Thank you for being here. Our school district's mission is to strengthen our community through excellence in education. I know from personal experience the transformational power of great education. As you know, most of you know, I'm originally from South Carolina, and my parents grew up in the deep South during times of segregation, and they did not have the educational opportunities that I had. My father, for example, did not have the opportunity to go to high school or to college. He did go to a trade program, became an electrician, worked at the Naval Shipyard in Charleston, but my parents did prioritize education, and it was central to my upbringing. The education not only changed myself, but my siblings. It gave us opportunities that changed ourselves individually, but the trajectory of our entire family, and as a result, the entire community. My siblings and I went on to pursue work in the fields of education, medicine, and science, and we were able to commit to serving our communities. And this is the same story of strengthening the community through education, is what we're here to celebrate this evening. Tonight's inductees, including one of our original co-founders of the Wall of Honor, a former Bothell High School teacher, coach, and athletic director, Alan Strand, they are all pillars in our community. Each, in their own way, have dedicated their lives to supporting others in their community. They have been selfless in their pursuit of what is right and exhibited compassion, integrity, and care in all that they have accomplished, representing many different areas of focus. And through their service, they have demonstrated to our students that making lasting differences in the lives of others is both possible and a noble and rewarding life goal. There is a sentence in tonight's program that sums up the intent of this recognition well. Quote, "The Wall of Honor is a thread that knits together the history and tradition of those who have come before, Northshore students, staff, and volunteers, with those in our community today," unquote. I am honored to be here this evening celebrating such incredible individuals who have dedicated their lives to being the betterment of others. To our inductees, thank you. Thank you for investing in our community, here, at home, and beyond, and for positively impacting generations to come. Thank you for dedicating your lives to leaving the Northshore community and our world a better place. I am so grateful for you and all that you have done and continue to do. I look forward to celebrating you and all your accomplishments this evening. And to the families of the inductees that are no longer with us, thank you for sharing your loved ones with us. Thank you for supporting them in their selfless endeavors. We have all been blessed because of their gifts, talents, and commitment to the community. Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jeff Tomlin. I'm a member of the 2013 class, and I would request that everybody that is on the wall that's here this evening, please stand up and be recognized. Dr. Monahan, that's you too. Okay. That's great. Thank you all. It's already comments about the weather. It really is usually very hot here, so we've been blessed not to be sitting in the hot sun. I'm very humbled by the selfless volunteerism, amazing accomplishments of this year's group of inductees. But before we get to that, we're going to talk a little bit about the Wall of Honor Scholarship. And Camila, are you in the stands somewhere, Camila? Come on up here and join me. For those of you that don't know, one of the things that we do in addition to acknowledging people on the wall for their accomplishments in life of service is that we have a group that does a scholarship. And Mace Brady usually runs this with Vicki and myself, and we get to interview a really great group of candidates every year. It's really hard to select that person. I'll tell you a bit about Camille in just a second, but here's notes from Mace. And by the way, Mace was an Army officer. He couldn't be here tonight. I'm a former naval officer. I'm going to let him hear about that, but he's feeling pretty poorly, so I'll do my best to fill in for the Army. So here's the comments that Mace had. The Wall of Honor program focuses on not just those who have demonstrated a passion for making communities better places to live. We also want to assist students who aspire to do the same. So we provide a scholarship as well, and we hope you will support this cause by either getting involved or helping donate to this. We have much need, and we certainly can use more resources to get to these really qualified students. Toward the back of your program, you'll find out how to be more involved. And your donations help to defray the cost of honoring the Northshore School District alumni, employees, and volunteers who chose to make a difference in our local and global communities. This year will be the 12th scholarship that we've presented, and this year's scholarship goes to Camila Molina Perez. Camila, congratulations. Camila's a graduate of North Creek High School, and she'll be attending Seattle Pacific University, while she will pursue her interest in film studies, business, drama, and photography, and many other things. Camila's interest in serving the community was most evident in her commitment as an advocate for the Hispanic and Latino population, as well as focusing on women's empowerment. Her desire to foster a sense of belonging and empowerment among those groups led her to organize events, workshops, and awareness campaigns. Outside of school, she encouraged others to help collect and distribute food to those in need. This activity, along with helping children with academic difficulties, was rooted in her experience where she grew up in Venezuela. Despite facing strong economic challenges there and having to work, at a very young age, she provided math and computer classes to younger children, demonstrating her commitment to education and the support of others. In the midst of Venezuela's crisis, many communities struggled to have enough to eat. She and her family participated in helping the best they could before moving here. This experience inspired her to assist struggling students in the school, those facing challenges due to a language barrier. When asked what she learned from her experience working with these various groups, she said, "They've taught me the importance of empathy and service, instilling in me a sense of fulfillment and purpose. Being able to directly impact the lives of others, even in small ways, reinforces my commitment to give back to my community." Camila, I wish you the best at college and on your next journey through life. I hope to see you sitting up here someday, recognized for your community accomplishments, whatever they may be. And just in speaking with you, she is wise and mature beyond her years. It was such a delight to get to speak with her. In fact, I just think we listened for the whole of the interview. She talked about the person that she is. Camila, do you want anything to say? I'm on the spot. This is totally unscripted.
Yeah, well, I'm just really thankful with the Northshore School District because I'm going to be the first one of my family going to college. I only been in this country for a year and a half. really thankful with all the opportunities that the school bring me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we're going to move now to the induction ceremony.
So what I did this year, based on what somebody did last year, is that you'll see in your program a very comprehensive write-up that was compiled very well from many pages of submission of data. But what I want to do in addition to that, I'm not going to read those verbatim, but I'm going to catch some of those highlights. And for everybody here, I've either called a friend or a family member to say, can you paint a little picture of who that person really is beyond all their wonderful accomplishments?
So you'll see, as I introduce and talk about each one of these new inductees, you'll hopefully get a little sense of who they were. Okay, so first, and it's totally appropriate, based on this person's, I would say, energy and drive, is Carmin Dalziel. So Carmin, please come up here and join me. Carmin, if you know her, she has a lot of energy, and so you can see why she would be considered first. But Carmin served 13 years as executive director of the Northshore Schools Foundation. Through her leadership, thousands of students and educators have received support and funding for programs, greatly enriching education in the district. As a graduate and resident of the district, Carmin has a deep love of community, the school district, its students, its educators, and she has worked diligently to ensure their success. She accomplished this with her passion for people and her amazing interpersonal skills. Building relationships was key to her accomplishments for the district. In addition to the teachers and district administrators, she connected with community leaders, small business owners, corporate sponsors in and around the North Shore area. She was present in our communities at the respective chambers of Woodville, Kenmore, Bothell, and such, and local Kiwanis and Rotary clubs, building those relationships to help her accomplish her mission of supporting the district. Going above and beyond her normal duties during the pandemic, she helped struggling families with grocery gift cards and often personally visited those in need. Volunteerism is a core value for Carmin, and she has served on the Bothell Chamber of Commerce, the Woodville Firefighters Benevolent Fund, the Bothell High Alumni Association, the board of the Cascadia College Foundation, and for Soup Ladies. Is that true? Soup Ladies?
Yes.
In providing food to first responders during emergencies. Very cool. Above all, she was passionate about supporting teachers and students, equipping them with what they needed to help students attain their educational goals and dreams. Carmin, congratulations and well done, as your name is now added to the Wall of Honor. Our next inductee is Leslie Bud Eaton, BHS class of 61, and son Ross and daughter Shelby will be joining me, so please come forward. Leslie Bud Eaton served 42 years in the fire service, beginning as a volunteer in the Kenmore Fire Department, becoming a full-time firefighter in 1966. He rose to the ranks, eventually becoming a fire investigator and a fire chief from 1981 to 1989. Promoting and improving public safety and fire prevention were lifelong endeavors for Bud. After the fire service, he continued to serve the community as president of the Bothell High Alumni Association and the president of the Kenmore Community Club. He was known for his hands-on approach to problem solving, and he was awarded the McMaster's Award by the Kenmore Heritage Society for a lifetime of outstanding community service. Bud was known as a very honest and ethical man, traits that can be traced back to his family growing up. They also taught him the spirit of giving back to community and volunteerism, which he did with great joy and passion. Bud was very fun, loved a good joke, and was a practical joker himself. Innovative, he could fix anything with a paper clip, a piece of string, a bungee cord, a zip tie, or a rubber band. He sounds like he would have been the precursor to maybe MacGyver, for who remembers that. Family was very important to him, and interestingly, this wall is a family affair, as his wife Annette was honored last year, making them the first couple to have their names listed together on the Wall of Honor by just a few minutes, as you'll hear later. After a lifetime of service, Bud passed away 10 years ago, and his son Ross and his daughter Shelby were here to receive the award on his behalf. Congratulations to the Eaton family as Bud is added to the Wall of Honor. All right, our next inductee is another Bud. This is Carlton Bud Erickson, Bothell High, class of 1934. And Edith, daughter, will be receiving. So come, please come forward. Carlton Bud Erickson was the personification of one who Tom Brokaw called the greatest generation. Raised in Bothell, his grandfather Gerhard was among the founders of the town. Bud played football for Pop Keeney, right here at this field, I bet. And the coach Pop Keeney, not just the name of the field, at Bothell, becoming a Husky football player from 1934 to 1938. He actually played in the pros for the Washington Redskins, now the Generals. And then answering a call to duty, he was a captain in the Army Air Corps during World War II. After football in the military, he returned home to open a car dealership here in Bothell. His employees and co-workers described him as a kind and caring man with a generous heart. He was well known and well liked in Bothell, serving as Bothell's mayor from 1969 to 1973. He was accessible and highly visible, said a reporter from the Bothell Kenmore Reporter. It was not uncommon sight to see him chatting with townsfolk at the corner of 101st and Main in front of a one-story brick building that had served as Erickson's family mercantile store. In addition to being Bothell's mayor, he led and served with many other organizations, including the Bothell City Council. He was president of the Washington State Good Roads Association, president of the Bothell Chamber, and was a president of the Sons of Norway, so he sounded very much as a leader. Further, I believe he served on the selection site for what is now Evergreen Hospital, a place that I know well, and I think I have a picture somewhere in the Evergreen archives of your dad as they were looking at the site. At age 91, he spoke at Bothell High Alumni Career Day, encouraging students to work hard and accomplish their goals. A Bud Erickson Inspirational Scholarship Award has been established to award a Bothell High senior football player exemplifying Bud's spirit. Bud passed away in 2008. Many of the area knew him as Bothell Boy Bud. Bud was truly dedicated to the community, helping it grow and prosper, and is a Bothell legend. No wonder that one of the guest rooms at Miniman's has Bud's name on it. Edith and the Erickson family, congratulations on a life well lived and for Bud's name being added to the Wall of Honor. Our next inductee is also well known to the district and to the Bothell area and the Northshore area as well, John B. Hughes. John? John Hughes moved here in the 1960s and ever since has been devoted to making the Northshore community a better place. He began publishing the Bothell Citizen. Everybody remember that at all? Yeah, I remember the Bothell Citizen. Later, the Northshore Citizen newspaper with one of its main focuses on local students' accomplishments. This is just a small example of his long-term commitment and support of the district and its students. With more than 40 years of service, he's become known as the godfather of the Northshore Schools Scholarship Foundation. He currently serves as its executive director, and his clear focus is on a student's ability to access higher education. The foundation has awarded more than $4.3 million to 2,270 students. Helping kids is his passion, one colleague told me, and he's relentless in trying to find scholarships for his students. John is committed to a life of volunteerism. He's the founder and past president of Woodinville Rotary some 37 years ago. And as a result of his leadership and service, he was declared Rotarian of the Century. So I asked John,
What century was it? He said both.
he also wanted you to know that he's the Grand Marshal of the town of Grace in perpetuity. John's also a supporter of a significant problem we're currently experiencing with mental illness, and he served with the National Alliance for Mental Illness, organizing a walk for over 1,500 supporters. John played a major role in the creation of several of our parks in the area, including Peace Pole Park in Woodville. John is humble and selfless and completely devoted to the Northshore community and its progress. John, congratulations on your name being added to the Wall of Honor for being a charity. Our next inductee is another person very well known to the Northshore School District. It's Robert Bob Knorr. Wife Donna to accept. Donna, thank you for being here. And Janice, who lives on the eastern shore of Maryland, thank you for making the trip. I think you win the furthest travel for this. Robert Knorr dedicated nearly 3 decades of service to Northshore schools. He began in 1956 at W.A. Anderson, where my wife went to school, and many of you probably will. And it's now McMenamins, for those that don't know that. One of his proudest achievements was the opening of Canyon Park Junior High School and serving as its principal. He continued to rise through the ranks of administration, holding many important and impactful positions. He retired after a very successful career in 1984. Bob led the district during a time of tremendous growth. When he began in 1956, we had 4 schools and 3,086 students. Hard to believe, Superintendent Talley, at this point now. Bob led the district during a time of... when he retired, the district had 23 schools and nearly 14,000 students. He was a leader and important decision maker in charting the course of our schools today. In addition to teaching and administration, he also participated in the hard work of securing funding for the schools by working on many levies and bond campaigns. Nearly all of them passed as a result of his leadership, hard work, and support from the community. Bob was an active man with great energy and fortunately lost both his legs as a result of an accident and lifelong diabetes. Bob wasn't one to let that slow him down or miss an important event such as his youngest daughter's wedding, Mara. With great determination, in just a few months after recovery and 2 relatively new prostheses, he completed his mission of walking Mara down the aisle. And Mark isn't here today, but just shows you what kind of man Bob was and his determination. Bob became an advocate for those with disabilities later and was appointed to the Governor's Select Committee on Disability Issues. Bob passed away in 1999 after a lifetime of exemplary service. It is said that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and if so, Bob must have been extremely proud as all 7 of his children, many here today, became educators, following in his very large footsteps. Congratulations, Donna and the Knorr family, and for Bob's name being added to the Wall of Honor. Eric Lucas, Inglemoor, class of 1984, and accepting today his wife, Deborah, and David. Deborah and David? Yeah. Both of you? Eric Lucas loved music and loved teaching even more. He began as a teacher of music at Woodville High in 2001, eventually becoming the director of instrumental music in the Performing Arts Department chair. As a director, he had the unique ability to connect with his students, helping them to reach their full potential. He challenged and supported his students, helping them to grow while making them feel valued. As a result, his bands consistently won many competitions, and if they didn't win, they routinely placed very highly. Eric loved to give back to his community. He donated his time to the Mills Music Marching Minstrels, a marching band consisting of elementary and junior high students, which many of you probably saw performing in Bothell's 4th of July parade. A servant leader, he served 4 terms as president of the North Lake Music Educators Association and was the recipient of many awards, including the 2004 National Society of High School Scholars Educator of Distinction Award. And in 2018, Eric was inducted into the Washington Music Educators Hall of Fame. Eric was an inspiring motivator of students, and though proud of his many individual awards for teaching, he was most proud of the success and achievements of his students over the years. Eric tragically passed away in 2017 from injuries sustained while rescuing 4 swimmers from a riptide in California. His memorial was held here at Pop Keeney, and the seats were filled with those who loved and admired and respected him. Eric was an encourager and loved people, and his students loved him back. Debbie and David, congratulations. Next, we get to hear from first of a couple father-sons that are on the wall, and this happens to be the father of Eric, who we just talked about, Ron Lucas. Ron? Ron Lucas began teaching in Northshore schools in 1969 and again in the Addison building, moving to Woodin Elementary when it opened in 1970. He then moved to Sunrise Elementary when it opened. At Sunrise, he earned the Golden Apple Award for excellence in teaching. He served several years on the North Shore Education Association Board, retiring in 1999. Well, he sort of retired based on what I see here, as he immediately signed up to teach driver's ed. Some might say that was going from the frying pan into the fire now. He loved working with and being around kids, so he got a commercial driver's license to drive school buses so that he could stay connected with the students and staff. Ron drove to sports games, music competitions, church youth camps, and rallies from Bothell to Canada, Oregon, and Montana. With a strong personal faith and a servant's heart, he worked with many global mission trips, including trips to Nicaragua, the Philippines, India, and Spain. Ron loves people. He loved his career with the district and its students. And I'm also told he loved to dance, but his wife didn't like dancing quite so much. So whenever parties came around, he found his granddaughters and others. And so every chance he gets, he dances with his granddaughters. In fact, are they here today? I think there's Carter, Brooke, and look at this. Is it right? Are you here? Stand up. The dancing granddaughters. There. Is that a true story, by the way? Is that true? Yeah. Okay, you can be very proud of Ron as he's added to the Wall of Honor. And what a day when both Dad Ron and Eric are inducted to the Wall of Honor. Congratulations. Our next inductee is Dave Monahan, Bothell High School class of '79. Dave began his career in the fire service as a volunteer firefighter in 1988, becoming a full-time firefighter and EMT in 1999, graduating as valedictorian of his academy class. He was soon promoted to assistant fire marshal, reviewed commercial and multifamily construction for compliance with fire codes and helping educate our citizens about fire safety. Dave had a heart for volunteerism, giving generously to many important causes. He led community workshops for fire safety, served on union boards, worked with Mothers Against Drunk Drivers organization to help educate the public of the dangers of drunk driving, And Dave is one of the inductees with the tie to the Bothell High 4th of July parade as well, as he served as a bicycle medic for that and other Bothell events. The bicycle team was a very important way to get medical aid to locations that emergency vehicles had difficulty accessing. One of his many notable accomplishments was the development of an efficient training management system, Fire Tracks, that is used regionally by more than 35 departments to manage and track fire department training and staffing services. Dave received many honors throughout his career, including Bothell Fire Department Employee of the Year in 2019. As recognition for his years of dedicated service, he was selected as this year's Grand Marshal of the Bothell 4th of July Parade. Dave is the second son team that I know of to be inducted to the Wall of Honor, as his father, Dr. James Monahan, who was actually my family doctor, and my mom worked with Dr. Jim many years ago. He was an inductee of the class of 2020. So I guess you're the second one. I don't have the Lucas family by 5 minutes or something. Yeah. Well, anyway, David, congratulations to you and the Monahan family for your induction to the Wall of Honor. Congratulations. Well, our final inductee, for those that know anything about the Wall of Honor, really doesn't need much of an introduction. Alan Speck Strand, Bothell High School class of '63, wife Nancy. We also have Kim and Kelly, daughters. Thank you. Speck was with George Sell, was the co-founder, and George and Speck were buddies. It was their vision to honor Northshore School District students, teachers, and volunteers who have made an outstanding contribution to their community and beyond. Through his leadership and dedication, and with the commitment and support of those who helped, the Wall has recognized more than 100 honorees who have demonstrated through their life's work the lofty ideals and accomplishments envisioned by Speck and George. Speck's own life of service is an example to all who aspire to be included in the Wall of Honor. A Bothell High graduate, he was a multi-sport athlete and student leader. Desiring to serve his country, he joined the National Guard after graduating. He continued his education at Central Washington and joined the faculty of Bellevue High in 1970 as a teacher and coach. His success as a leader, coach, and mentor resulted in his selection as the school's athletic director. His primary consideration was always the student athletes. He was soon recognized at the state level for his work in making a positive impact for student athletes across the state. As a result of his leadership and accomplishments, his peers recognized him with multiple awards, including the Athletic Director's Service Award and the Kinko Conference Athletic Director of the Year Award. His impressive body of work resulted in his induction into the WSSAA Athletic Director Hall of Fame in the year 2000. Upon retiring from the school district, he continued to serve the Northshore community that he grew up in. Pop Keeney Field, where he played high school football, needed a new scoreboard. Speck gathered together supporters and through a fundraiser was able to provide the district with a new one. Ron, did you get the old one, Ron Nardoni? Is that up there in Nardo land? Where's Ron? He served as a recreational commissioner for the city of Bothell, ensuring plenty of fun and safe playgrounds for the community's children. At Evergreen, I knew firsthand of the generosity of Speck and Nancy through their contributions to the hospital. Their support of our cath lab enabled us to provide state-of-the-art care to many patients. This is one more example of Speck giving back to the community. We have a very short video here that I thought would be important to bring to you, assuming all the tech works well, but this demonstrates Speck's passion for the Wall of Honor and in recognizing supporters of the district. Oh, we're going to do this first? Okay, thank you. We're going to do this part first.
I'd like to thank the inductees that I had personal contact with, because they had to reach a long ways to get me. And I know it was difficult, and they know who they are. Pride. You remember how often the word was echoed through the halls of our schools, in our classrooms, and our ball fields. Take pride in your school, take pride in your talents and abilities. Respect others for the same. Thanks to our teachers and staff, we got it. Those honored here today also got it. They took that pride and respect for the individual and community and stepped outside our walls to make a difference through their talents and extraordinary abilities. As George Selk already stated, they deserve special recognition. But how? We had the idea, but we needed a core to share our vision, and found many quick to come on board to share their ideas, supports, and hand-on sponsorship. I'd like to recognize every one of them, but that would be very difficult. There are so many. There are some founding sponsors, and if you're in attendance, if you wouldn't mind standing just for the moment so that we can all, and hold your applause till the end. Edith Erickson Berg, Bothell High School Alumni Association, Al and Donna DeYoung, Lucy DeYoung, Jerry Wheat Eagle, Richard and Janet Green Hunter, the Kajner family, Charlie stand up, Sid and Joan Nelson, Bob and Timmy Peterson, Sharon K. Ricketts, the Rotary Club of Woodinville, Cliff and Kathy Schroeder, Mary Jo Self, Nancy Strand. Can we give them a hand? They were founding sponsors. It didn't take much to get them going, and we were very proud of them. Also, again, thanks to Larry Francois, Superintendent Northshore. He stepped right up. He was with us all the way, which can be a little bit scary when George and I get going. All of Honor Selection Committee, I want to thank them. They did an excellent job, and I know it was difficult. There were a lot of discussions in those meetings. Steve Bloomberg, the project coordinator. Mike Dale, who was instrumental in helping us put everything together down here. I know he hides out, and he doesn't want his name, but he does a super job. John Roper, our video manager and coordinator for the videos that are being done for the ceremony today, and then will be given to each one of the inductees. Terry Melanowski, who did an excellent job of write-ups on the bios of our candidates. Karen Orsinger, North Shore School District Partnership Coordinator, and thanks to all the other people who, in their own way, supported this project. We really appreciate it.
That's very exciting, and Speck truly remains larger than life individual. Congratulations for Speck's induction to the Wall of Honor. Before we get to the closing remarks, I just
I want to say what a remarkable group of individuals. Can we have a hand for this group again? Amazing people. You know, it's always difficult to go through the applications, but we could definitely use help. For those of you, I'm sure you know others that are worthy for consideration to be inducted on the wall. If you have somebody, please submit that to the committee, or myself, or Vicki, or Mason. We'd love to entertain that. So thanks so much. Okay, I think we have anything else we want to Linda? Oh, and next is Linda Humphrey. Linda.
Thanks, Jeff. What a group. Are you impressed? What a group.
photo group, congratulations to all of you, and welcome to the Wall of Honor. The mission of the Northshore School District, as Michael Tully mentioned earlier, I'm going to repeat. Strengthening our community through excellence in education. And as products of our educational system here in Northshore School District, I think we can all rejoice and be very, very proud of what we do in this district and who we produce, the kind of people that we produce. When you look through if you go to Northshore School District, nsd.org, and go to the Wall of Honor, you can review the bios of all of the people who are on the wall. Prepare to be impressed. Prepare to be inspired. And on your program, on the very front of your program, it says basically the mission of the Wall of Honor is to achieve, honor, and inspire. And each time we come to this event on the third Thursday in August, you can set your calendar out for years and be here, we are inspired by the people who have done and are still doing wonderful things, not just for our local community, but for places in the entire world. So we all share, I think, every one of us can share in being extremely proud of all of the inductees over time and the inductees yet that we are to find. Please, if you know someone that you would like to nominate, the process isn't too tedious, a little, but you can do it. Nominate them and get them on the wall, get them honored. We'll help you. I want to thank all of you for being here this evening. It's a very important part of our community. I want to thank all of the 20 cookie bakers. I have 20 people who baked homemade cookies or banana bread or Starbucks lemon loaf. I got their secret recipe and donated them tonight for our reception. So at our reception following the event here in just a few moments, you will experience, there are beverages of a variety pack, different pops and sodas and water, all on ice, and a whole variety of chips. We have the sweet and salty offerings for you tonight, and then a lot of varied homemade cookies and lemon bars and raspberry bars and all kinds of wonderful food items in the cookie arena. So please help yourself and have many. We've got lots. I also want to thank the Northshore School Foundation who partnered with us, and they provided some labor for us tonight in the setup, and also are coming back between 8 and 9 to help us with the cleanup. So Northshore School Foundation is still very active in partnership with us, and Carmin set that up originally, and we thank you still. The reason I was taking photos out here, and I do that every year, is that I'm responsible for our Facebook page. So if you haven't liked us on Facebook, please do, and then you can follow any updates that we post along the way. Also, if you'd like to view the videos that John Roper has put together over these past years, you can go to northshorewallofhonor.org, and you can see any and all of the videos, and he's done such a super job, and we sure think, I bet you both are students of his. Yep. Yeah. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do is conclude but we want to get our traditional photo. We get a group photo of the current inductees, and then we get a group photo of all the inductees that are present here tonight. So what we would ask of the inductees that are seated in the audience to please come down ASAP as soon as I say good night. And the rest of you guests, please, would you just sort of stay in your seats for a little bit? We'll get the photos done, and then we'll head over and enjoy the reception. You'll find the beverages there, the treats there. Help yourself, enjoy, sit, celebrate, visit, and thank you so much for being here tonight. Thanks. Okay, all the inductees, would you please come down?